Hey folks, Gary here. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope your day's starting off just fantastic. What a great day to be alive. Every day we walk with our Lord is such a good, awesome day. And the pups and I were out just a little while ago, and there's a lot more frost out there today on the grass than there was yesterday. So the seasons are definitely changing. And so we're talking about being in a different season, talking about trusting God when things don't go the way we thought they should or the way we'd like them to. Like you have a big issue and say, Lord, will you just take care of this? Lord, would you make this disappear? Right? Or would you take care of that? But it doesn't happen the way we prayed. And we have to push through it. So where is our trust when that happens? We talked about rest last week. About the way you have rest is you trust God. Well, what happens when God doesn't answer your prayer the way you want it to? Where is your trust then? Trust is, it comes pretty easy when God answers like that. We go, wow, and so the trust builds. But what happens when it's prolonged? What happens when it takes a while? That's a great measure of our trust. We looked at Paul yesterday, and Paul talking about how 3 times he prayed for this thorn to be removed from his flesh, begged for it to be removed because it was really, really bothering him, and yet it wasn't removed. And he said, then the Lord told me that my strength, that God's strength is shown in Paul's weaknesses, that there was a plan involved in this. And so Paul can continue to trust and continue to rest in God, even though what was bothering him wasn't taken away right away. Well, we can take a lesson from that, to know that it takes time sometimes, or God's got a plan that we can't see the beginning to the end. And Ecclesiastes 3, 9 to 11 speaks to that. It says this, what do people really get for their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on all of us. There's a burden. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from the beginning to the end. We don't know the end. We don't really know the beginning, actually. God creates beauty in its own time. So the things that you are struggling in right now, and you're saying, you're praying, God, would you help me in this? Sometimes we need to rest in God while we go through this and trust that He will give us everything we need to prosper in that situation, that He will give us everything we need to be sustained in that situation, just like with Paul, knowing that it will be beautiful in its own time. We don't see the end, but it will come some point in time. And this will make sense then, and it'll be beautiful then. And so we can trust God when things are still hard. That's the message for today. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.